Hi there, this is Nancy Christy-Moore again, and I'm back today to start working with you on collaging with rice papers. So if you'll come over here to the table, we'll get started right now. As you see, I have a number of things laid out here on the table. Here are some little 5 by 5 canvases that I collaged with rice papers recently. And this is how they look on a white surface when you do the rice papers. This is an unpainted, well, it's painted, it's painted with some other things on it, piece of paper. This is an old bristle brush that you want to use just to apply your matte medium. In this, you're going to use matte medium cut with water. There's going to be more matte medium than water in this, so I'll just show you how it goes. Put a little matte medium. The lacier the rice papers, the thinner it is, but this is really a thin mixture. So this should work perfectly for what we're going to be doing today. Then you pick out your rice papers, and notice I also have here composition gold leaf that I'm going to be using. That's the gold that you see in here is the composition gold leaf. So that looks shiny and bright. You can get copper leaf. There's a number of leaves that you can get to make your composition look good. So what I do generally is just lay out some rice papers that I want to use. This one is a nice rice paper with some fibers and leaves embedded in it. And what I'm going to be doing is tearing the rice papers in different shapes. And I like to use different shapes and different sizes. This is a piece of wrapping that was used for packaging some art supplies, actually. And I'm just going to be laying that in. And there's something kind of fun. Here's some lacy rice paper that you can get in some of the art stores that you are shopping at. I use colored rice papers and plain white rice papers. I really enjoy using both. So the first step in this procedure is just to tear your rice papers. And you can tear them any way you like. I like to get the nice rough edges on them, and I like to get different sizes of the rice paper. I don't like to cover the whole surface, but you can cover the whole surface. There's no rule about what you can do or what you can't do. I just like to have fun with this part and act as if I'm designing it. Okay, so I've got a rough design here going on, and now I want to put some of the gold leaf in. I just scatter it about, and you notice I'm tearing it. I like to let pieces overlap other pieces and the gold leaf peek out, so that's what I do. After I start using the brush, it's all going to move around anyway, so I'm not really too particular on where I put things. Now I've got my bristle brush, and I've got my matte medium mixture. The next step is to apply the matte medium right on top. You don't have to glue it underneath. The matte medium acts as a glue. And because I'm doing this on a painted surface that was painted in acrylic, I don't have to worry too much about the paint coming up. If you're painting on a watercolor surface, your watercolors might start to blend with your rice papers, which isn't bad. It's just something that's going to happen. In fact, I think I've got some watercolor on here because that's starting to happen. Okay, notice how I'm folding this down, and already my gold has begun to come up. So I'm having to push it down. So there's two things you want to do. You want to brush it on here, and you want to push it down to get the air bubbles out underneath. Because the rice paper is porous, the matte medium is going to penetrate through the rice paper fiber. And that means you don't have to use a normal gluing on the back and then gluing down on the surface kind of routine. You can just go right through the rice paper and right over the top of the gold leaf. Notice I've got some wrinkles in here. I'm not worried about the wrinkles. I like the wrinkles. They're going to create some nice avenues for the paint to flow down when I start the painting process after this is dry. So anyway, all I do is continue going around my painting with this process until everything is adhered and there's no bubbles of air making anything stick up where I don't want it to stick up. So I hope you'll go find some nice rice papers and go out and try this on your own. I know you can do it. See you next time.